Susan and I love answering the questions you send to us at our website and giving us the chance to work together, which we love doing, and giving us a chance to share our ancient Jewish wisdom insights together with you on Ask the Rabbi. Listen to this question we got a little while ago. I've been dating a woman for the past 3 years, and we got engaged about 6 months ago. We have been having a lot of issues and arguments over time. Just when I started considering if this was a good choice, meaning I guess he means this woman, my mother started having revelations that she was not the one for me. I prayed with 2 other pastors who felt the same way. I tried to explain to my fiancée the need to pray over our plans together, but she insists her family did pray and didn't have any such revelations. I will appreciate your advice, and this is from Chris. Now, one of the tough things about answering your questions, and particularly in this case, Chris, is that we know that we don't always give the answer you want to hear. And we also know that very often you reveal more than you intended in your question. We are highly trained specialists in reading questions carefully, and we listen carefully to what you're asking. And there are quite a few things we hear here. For instance, we've got to talk a little bit about the fact that you've been dating for 3 years and then you decided to get engaged. We've got to talk about that. And we've also got to, well, the most important thing of all, I think, is our realization that you are let me say it bluntly, Chris, there's no way to say this nicely. We think you've already decided that you want to end it with this girl. But it takes a lot of guts to be able to go up to her and say, you know, I've wasted 3 years of your life. I don't know why I dated you for 3 years, because there's really nothing more you find out about a person in year 2 over year 1 or year 3 over year 2. I've wasted 3 years of your life and I don't want to marry you. That's what's really going on. And you're hoping for an easy out. You're hoping you can blame your mom's revelations, or you're hoping that your pastor's views are going to be, and you're going to be able to say to her, listen, I don't think we should go. Listen, it's your decision. And this is a very important point in ancient Jewish wisdom, which is
that when a couple marries, look, it's wonderful when your families and your friends and everybody is supportive and thinks that you've picked the right person. And if everybody in your life thinks you picked the wrong person, I would pay attention. But the bottom line is, when a man and a woman stand and get married to each other, they have to know it was their decision. Because you know what? You're going to run into problems. The lived happily ever after is not a detailed description of life. You're going to run into fights. You're going to run into major issues where you disagree. You're going to run into disappointments.
Basically, the last thing in the world you want is for one or the other, husband or wife, to be able to say, I
only married you because my pastor said I should. My father thought I should marry you. I didn't.
Yeah. This is your decision,
But it's
Chris.
also we are living in a society of not taking responsibility. I mean, for goodness sakes, I feel almost like when I go to the supermarket, I'm going to have to write to sign a contract that I know the apple isn't promised to give me health benefits and it might harm me, and this is what could go wrong with an apple. We live in a society that really puts off taking responsibility. You need to take responsibility for this relationship. And if it's wrong, it's not your pastor's, it's not your mom, it's not her family. You need to man up with a capital M.
As parents of 6 daughters, we don't really think it's a great idea to date a woman for 3 years. You really need to make up your mind long before that. Because one of the things that happens is that if relationships are not growing and growing and getting better and better, well, they start going the other way. We think that's what's happened. We think this relationship went stale. You waited too long to get engaged. You've wasted 3 years of this girl's life. Don't waste any more. That's how we see it. And that means that we're at the end of our Ask the Rabbi for today. Sad one, unfortunately. It's a sad one, but that sometimes happens. But as far as the coming week, we only want the best for you. Susan and I pray you should have a week of good health and prosperity, because everything else you can take care of for yourself.